G'day everyone and welcome back to the Ring Lap series. This is episode 6, the 6th and final ring lap. And my goodness, what a lap it is going to be. This is going to be the biggest ring lap challenge yet. If you haven't seen episodes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, check those out first. The playlist link is in the bottom of this video. But this will be the biggest ring lap challenge yet for sure. It is midnight. I have set the simulator to the middle of the night in Germany on the Nurburgring. This is an unlit track. I do have headlights, but to be honest, I'd probably be better just holding a torch out the window because I can barely see anything. It is thunderstorming outside the windshield, which means lashing rain. It means standing water on the track. It means even less visibility than there otherwise would be, given it is nighttime, and that standing water is what is going to be my greatest enemy on this lap, because the track is not just slippery, but it's not a track sometimes, because aquaplaning, which is what just happened right there, which is when the tyre loses contact with the road surface because of intervening water, you can just simply slide off the track, especially if you're going too fast. You will notice me really backing off. Like right now, I am just holding at about 202 kilometers an hour, not going any faster, early on the brakes for this corner that I can barely see, but I know is there from experience. And under the brakes, you will see me fishtailing, losing the front end as well as the back, as all four wheels struggle for grip. Speaking of all four wheels, I have specifically chosen the Audi R8 LMS Ultra because it is four-wheel drive. In real life and in simulators, I'm not a four-wheel drive guy. I'm all about the rear-wheel drive. But in this case, four-wheel drive is just such a help because it takes more power to get into trouble when powering out of the exits of corners. Of course, as snow-going four-wheel drive owners like to forget, all cars have four-wheel braking as I slide all over the track there. And it's under braking that I can get into trouble as well. And in fact, we'll probably get into trouble most often under braking, but at least with the four-wheel drive, it's a little bit harder to get into trouble while powering out of corners. I'm absolutely wide-eyed right now. I can just barely see. I'm sliding early on the brakes. This will be a very slow lap. But in these conditions, I am pushing. I'm still pushing hard. That's what ring laps are about. It's not about getting around slowly, it's about getting around fast. And I'm trying to find the limits of grip and go as fast as I can. I mean, consider this, I'm still going around these corners. I've got to brake early because even if the braking goes well, then yes, I've got spare room. But if like that, just then I lose the front end a little bit under brakes, I have to back off the brakes, lengthening my braking time, and meaning that I have to use the full extent of the available braking zone. So giving myself a larger braking zone is absolutely essential. And it's actually quite neat through here because I am slowing down. Whoa, almost lost it. But again, I was going 70 kilometers an hour through that very, very, very fast, very tight chicane. Imagine doing that in a street road car. In real life, you just could not. So it's a testament to this machine how fast I can get around here. I mean, I'm spending the vast majority of my time above 100 kilometers an hour in the corners despite backing off as I am. I mean, I'm not even touching sixth gear in these straights. I'm braking in places I wouldn't normally brake, and I just aquaplaned. And I wasn't pointing the car into the grass back there. Oh, gee whiz. That was close. But it just happens. Distributed on the road, the simulator is placing areas of complete lack of grip, and those are areas in which you'll aquaplane. And so I'm slowing right down around these corners because I'm just going to lose adhesion. Now, this car does have quite a lot of active aero, but the force required to push the car down through that water, I'm just not sure what speeds that occurs at, and I'm betting that at about 250, there's just not going to be enough downforce on this car. It's not an F1 car. It's not going to be producing enough weight, slowing right down for Courage Corner, deep into third, 135 kilometers an hour, much slower than I would do it in the dry, in even road cars going around the ring. Just looking for that racing line, braking early and often, just gentle dabs on the brakes. I mean, rarely applying more than 60% brake pressure, because if I do, I'll just lock the brakes up and I won't be slowing down at all. In fact, I'll lose control and I won't slow down. So giving yourself that extra space in the braking zones is absolutely essential to ensure that you can get around the corner. Because if you lock up, you need to release, so you need to have space in front of you to be able to release. Like right here, early on brakes, gentle on brakes, 50% brake pressure, and then 30-40% throttle. Honestly, just not applying much throttle here at all. I mean, I'll let you know next time I hit even 80% throttle, but it's not going to be for a while. That's 50% throttle. I mean, this car has so much to give, but it can't give it in these conditions, even with all-wheel drive. I mean, it's probably, I'm not sure what the split is. I don't know a lot about the Audi R8 LMS Ultra, but it's probably a 30-60 split or something like that. So it's just taking the bite out of that initial acceleration where you really need to be getting grip, and in the dry where a rear-wheel drive car will be absolutely fine. Bloody hell. I just locked up there after running wide in that right-hander, despite just slowing right down. So I slowed down a little bit too much for that corner, but I've been bitten in that lit area so many times, staying low in the rev range here in third to ensure that even if I accidentally give the throttle too much, I don't bite myself in the butt. If you're too high, if you're right up in that peak power range and you just give the throttle just a little bit too much, bam, you're off the track. If you've got project cars and you want a demonstration of just how hard this is, load it up in a road car and have a go. Just try and get around this track in these conditions in a road car without smashing it. And you will find it quite difficult, which is just awesome. I mean, this is what gaming is about, is having these awesome experiences where you learn something, where you feel, oh boy, I was having a lot of trouble changing direction there. Large amounts of understeer. And I've got to be careful in this section not to overcook. It's so tempting to speed up here. Oh, you see me wriggling under brakes, and that's just terrifying because you need to ease off as you wriggle, let the car regain composure, and as you do that, shit. Oh, I just saved it. And as you do lift off, your braking zone is getting shorter and shorter in front of you. And if you lift off too much, you're not going to slow down enough, and then you're going to understeer straight into the wall. But if you don't lift off enough, you could continue to wriggle, lose the front, lose the back, and go careening off the track. It's just, you can't be sure of the control inputs in these conditions. And when you can't be sure of the control inputs, you really can't exploit what the car has to offer. And there's a huge risk as I go down this back straight at 200 kilometers an hour, I'll maybe push it up to 220, which is well below the car's potential peak top speed. But as I do careen down this straight, there's a risk that I will engage with standing water and I will lose the car, so I'm focusing very, very hard on just keeping us straight and level so that I don't get into an aquaplane situation. And I'm going to brake where I would never normally brake, and you can just feel how floaty the car is over the surface. It's really floaty, really not very skittery, not responding quickly to control inputs. As I come up to the final 3 corners, my heart is racing and this is just intense. I'm sweating. What an experience. Have a go at it, guys. This was Project Cars Ring Laps. Let me know in the comments what you want to see out of this game in future series. But for now, I am across the line.